Hey everyone, I am headed to another meeting. Army Corps of Engineers are meeting every day to discuss negotiations regarding what's going to be going on between now and the 22nd. It looked like yesterday some of the requests were to remove a Humvee that was just on top of a burial ground. They replaced that, but they replaced it with another state trooper vehicle, so that wasn't met. And they also wanted to get Morton County away from the BIA checkpoint. I do believe Morton County is not there anymore, but I'm just heading up to this meeting, just walking here. Hey Catherine, how you doing? If you guys could share this, that would be awesome. It's a nice brisk morning. Hey Catherine, in North Dakota. It's a high 30s. Yesterday I had a really, hey Lisa, how you doing? Had a really good day yesterday. Met some really interesting people. And hey Phyllis, how you doing? Yeah, you know, it takes a while to get accommodated around here, but me and some people have been here a long time, and got to film some really interesting people, some good stories yesterday, and thanks Catherine, appreciate it. So yeah, I'm a few minutes late, but I'm shortly approaching this meeting. Hey, hello, Fred. Good morning to you. It's a brisk, lovely. It's so crazy because it's like I'm back in LA. There's these massive floods, and believe it or not, it's like probably it's a little colder, but I believe the weather is a bit nicer here than in LA, which is very, very weird. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'm pulling up to this meeting. Just want to show you a little sign here at the entrance of Machete. This is a cool truth or fear. Which road are you gonna take? So just pulling up. Hey, Denise, no worries. No. Hey, how you doing? So just a few feet away from this meeting, so I get up there. Looks close.
In a good way.
How you doing today?
In a good way. Today is a good day.
It's a good day, huh?
Another good day.
Right. I'm Tim, man.
Every day is a good day. Every day is a good day to be here on Mother Earth. We get to one another.
Yes.
Let's work together.
Amen.
Be good.
You asked them about
It was snow. I would say the majority of it was snow yesterday, and there are some, with the snow piles we have here, there is garbage mixed in there that's frozen solid, and so there was some garbage in there, but there wasn't just dumpster truckfuls of like solid trash. Yesterday was a concerted effort for snow removal, and then trash was also in there.
That had been frozen when people during storms.
Yeah. So
People were unable to remove on their own because of that reason.
yes, it was frozen into the ground, and so they have the equipment
And also
to get that, the stuff that's frozen into the ground into the back of their trucks and to remove it. So,
One thing I wanted to say, because it was asked by some other people that wasn't live streamed yesterday, these officials are cooperating and they're absolutely considering the voice of the people. And yesterday, after we had our discussion, we circled up and prayed together, and they prayed with us. And this morning we were able to walk down and smudge the trucks, and we're going to continue smudging them as they come in.
Is there anyone else that would like to have a voice for today? Say anything? No? Okay. Okay, so I think that's good. We can go ahead and get moving, get working. So thanks everybody. If you guys could.
Oh, sure.
Oh. Do you want me? I was just gonna say tag me so I can share this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. I need the world to see that what's happening.
Sure. But you're doing the prayer now, right?
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
We want to work with you guys.
Right.
Do we have a group cheer or something at the end?
The monitors for the ladder.
Yeah, are we ready to roll in then?
Yeah.
I guess I got one guy that's got a sledgehammer in his vehicle inside this truck. So I'll find out who it is. And I'm just going to give it to one of you guys walk out toward my pickup and you can tell me grab it from my pickup if they're that worried about it. So.
Yep.
You guys can just do instructions. This is just symbolizing, like purifying whatever it is. Help you walk.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think yesterday you talked to Michelle, she wanted to kind of hit the middle, and as long as it's closing, the truck's not getting stuck, that's where we're going to go. And I want to Dakota wants to get down those 3 dumpsters that were in the area that we were having a hard time getting in and out. They want to grab that, but we want to still be going in and out this north entrance because we can get the semis in and out there. We can't get it in and out the other way.
Right.
It's too tight.
Sharon specifically asked if there was any way to help. Can you speak to what she was sharing? Getting in and out for private vehicles, and there's any way to get from that snow where I'm from, the north gate
Yeah, if there's
itself.
one, and I don't know when would be the best time to do that, but that's that particularly dirty snow pile right.
I'll catch you right
to the
off the path.
That
I'll
would
catch you
be,
right off the
yeah,
path.
I know that would go a long way. Yeah.
All right, no problem.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't tag you. I came late here. Do you want to just recap what you guys were talking about?
Sure. What's been happening the last few days are a series of negotiations. Every morning we have, starting about 3 or 4 days ago, the Army Corps came into camp to do an assessment, and we weren't aware of it. So people in camp asked them to leave and to come back the following day at 11 o'clock at the Cannonball River Bridge. So that following day, a good amount of people from camp were at that bridge. The officials came, and we talked, and at that point it was kind of, the representatives here from the Army Corps and from the state of North Dakota, they're here to enforce their orders, and so at that time it was just them saying, this is what we're going to do, and this is what time we're going to do it. And as a camp, and being people of sovereignty, we said, no, we're here to hear what you're willing to give before we decide that we're going to let you in. And so that discussion was held, so that initiated the negotiation part of it. And we've been met with cooperation in that effort to negotiate, because our concern is the people here in camp. We have not been given any reason to trust, and we don't have any trust established that our people are going to be safe. So this process needs to be conducted in a way with care, and that our people are going to be safe if they come in with their equipment and to help with the cleanup and snow removal and all that. So that's been our what we've been working on, and it's just a day-to-day basis. There's no long-term agreements. We assess every day in camp as a whole what we want in return for opening up and saying, okay, we're willing to work with you. We want to we're building a relationship with the Army Corps as a camp, between the camp and Army Corps. We all have the same goal of honoring the earth here and cleaning up, and it's a big job to do. So we're open to doing this together, and so that's what we're doing. But then also, we sorry, I lost my train of thought. So just gonna go back to that day. So following that day, you know, that day, what happened, we came up here, the decision, it was told to us that we need to, the decision could only be made with the office of the governor and the Army Corps reps and us as a camp to come together and to have a negotiation. What happened, and it was live streamed, that we asked for an extension because we believe wholeheartedy that this is unrealistic, this timeline. And the only way to achieve this timeline would be through force. That would look like our people being forcibly removed, our property, you know, possibly destruction of our property, and you know, all of the sacred items that we have here. So that's our fear, and it's very real. This is an unrealistic timeline, and so we asked for that extension, and Colonel Henderson told me that day that he's willing to be flexible, and it's documented that he said that he's willing to be flexible as long as there's progress that continues to be made. And so I said that that's nice, but it's not enough. We need something on paper, you know, because we're giving a lot here by letting them come in and to do that. So we needed something more solid. So he agreed to a statement saying that the process is being reevaluated. And what happened that evening was the opposite. They released their report saying that they're firm on the deadline of the 22nd. They're not backing down on that. And so we met the next morning, and you know, I just said that we really felt disrespected because we held up our end and they didn't. So good morning. So then we went from there, and you know, we've just been going day by day because at the end of the day, we want to cooperate. We want to do this in a good way. Our main objective is to get this place cleaned up. We have other things other objectives that are, you know, done in prayer, things that we want to achieve in regards to our mission here, our purpose here, in regards to the pipeline. That as a camp, you know, we're working on these things privately. But these are the things that I can tell you publicly. This is the process. These are the facts of what's been going on. And so, you know, this is hugely affecting us here in this camp because we live here, and you know, we have to live and make these decisions and then live with the effects of them. So, as far as like the ongoing process and those other goals, they will become, obviously they're going to become public as it unfolds, because the world, I hope you're still watching us. I hope you're still praying with us and still standing with us, because this is still important. All of these issues exist with the land and all of these other little bickers, but the goal still is to stop the pipeline, and all of that is still real. We can't get sidetracked by all of this. All we can do is do what we can in each day to manage those situations that exist and still make progress on those while we still hold our focus on the pipeline. That's why we're here. And so we're doing the work to manage those situations every day where we want to cooperate. We are cooperating. We're achieving things. Like yesterday, we had so much snow removal and debris removal that it was equivalent to 2 days' work. And that was told to us by the Major Pope. And you know, there was 42 dumpster trucks. Primarily that was snow that was removed. There was some trash because there's trash frozen rock solid into these snow piles that are here that we can't physically remove. So they're helping us by doing that. And then, you know, there are other things there, you know, on the south of us, there's a checkpoint. That's BIA. And that we're working with, trying to meet on middle grounds with them too, but there's not been an open agreement to cooperate, or, you know, like we have to focus on the primary, and right now the primary is the Army Corps. And so the BIA, that situation, it's there, it exists. We're just trying to operate with it. So we've asked things of them. They've given a little bit by defining the items that are being allowed or prohibited. But, you know, they have never, we're okay with just those little increments because there's never been a discussion held saying, can we work together? We're just trying to operate with what exists. Morton County, we've asked them to stand down while we do this process, because we're trying to do something good. We're trying to work with the Army Corps and build a relationship, build some trust, and so that we can try to get back on the same page. You know, hopefully we can all remember that this pipeline is going to poison the earth. It's going to poison all of our grandkids. The Army Corps workers, their grandkids. So that's our hope every day, you know, and that has to start somewhere. So we're putting ourselves out there to try to do that, be the seed that's going to grow. And so we've asked Morton County to stand back, to stand down while we do this. Yesterday, they had some police presence that was filtering over the barricade. There was a police car. There was and he was a worker, a part of their people, but he wasn't like in uniform. He just had like camouflage pants on, and he was just, you know, well over the boundary, and he was just on his cell phone looking at camp and visiting with somebody on the phone, like just super casual, which was inappropriate. And so I went and I spoke with the colonel over there, and I just said, you know, what you guys are doing by falling over your boundary is you're inhibiting our process, and we're trying to do something here. And we've specifically said we're only working with the Army Corps right now, and so what you guys are doing is intrusive to our process, and it is working against what we're trying to do here. So I asked that they go back to their side of the barricade and honor our process. So they pulled back. They're back there. Throughout the day, you know, they're in there, they're supervised, they're working, you know, it's a good process. Yesterday was amazing. We had, you know, the camp is supportive and cooperative. These guys that are coming in, every vehicle has been checked, inspected, they're marked, and they're working and they're being supervised so that there's nothing shady going on. I'm escorting, you know, the major throughout the day, and the meetings that are being held in the morning are to identify certain objectives that we want to achieve throughout the day as well. So we're aware that we have a deadline. We're aware that we don't have a lot of time to achieve a lot of things. So we're being very selective in those things that we absolutely need to work on and achieve. Yesterday, the achievement was to get that list over at BIA and ask them to honor that, and that was achieved. So that there's less confusion and chaos, which, you know, is the fear, and it creates an energy here and out there in the world when they're seeing posts like, you know, the BIA, you know, is doing this and they're doing that. You know, I went and I talked to them, and I'm an Indian woman. I grew up with a lot of Indian brothers. I went up and I talked to them BIA workers, and when I look at them, I see my brothers. They're working, and you know, they're doing their job. My purpose is not to make anybody the villain, because we're all just doing our best in this life. And if we can step back from trying to point blame and fingers and create drama, just deal with the facts of the situation. You know, this is in place probably because of a higher up decision that I can't change right in this day. So these people that I'm working with on the ground here, these BIA officers that are here, I'm respectful to them because they look like my brothers. They have families at home that are depending on them to come home every day. And so I want to encourage that when people are coming in and out of the checkpoint down there, to just honor them because they're doing their job too. And you know, it might be different choices, life choices, or you know, to have a job that is different than our perspective, but it doesn't mean that we have to be mean or rude or chaotic to them. And because I believe when you want someone to honor you, we're asking people to honor us here. You have to honor other people too, and that creates a good energy. And so that's just me speaking personally. That's not me speaking on behalf of the camp. That's just me wholly out saying that. And that's how I choose to walk every day. So anyway, so back on track. That was accomplished yesterday. They agreed to accept that list and to do that, but apparently there still has been some confusion. So today what we're going to do is we're going to make a big sign for an accountability sign and maybe it'll even alleviate for them to not have to go through it every single time with people. It's a visible sign. When you drive up, you can see what can I bring in here? What do I need to leave out of here? And so that's one of our objectives today. There's that presence there on the hill. There's a burial site there. Yesterday, that was our objective, to get that moved. And it was agreed, and the only thing that held us up was that we didn't have the person to come in to assess it and to get that process moving. So that's what, on our priority list today, to do that. So it was still an achievement of yesterday, but it's coming into fruition today. And so we're gonna get that moved over. Like I said, we're compromising. There's no absolute winner that's gonna be here. We're gonna, in these negotiations and these situations. So Martin County's saying that they're not willing to remove it, but they're willing to move it to a more appropriate place. So it's still going to be there, but then there's another factor of the lights, the floodlights are dangerous at nighttime here in camp because of the water and stuff, and you can't see when you're driving. And there's big pits in the ground now underwater, and and when it gets cold at night, it's just sheer reflection of those floodlights. It's dangerous to be in here to try to go around. And then we have that deadline, so we have to work into the night. We have to we don't sleep much here because we're conscious and we're aware we have a deadline. And so we work day and night, but it's dangerous for us to work at nighttime when we can't see. We're driving it, and our vehicles are getting damaged because we can't see where we're going. So that's an objective today that I'm pushing for, to address that situation. And then also up here on the hill where the last child that's a sacred site. I'm not specifically sure if it's a burial site or a sacred site, but when the assessor comes in, we're going to have them look at that too, because we don't believe that they should be up there either. There's a lot of different places they can be. They should not be on sacred sites or burial grounds. And so we're getting the right person in here to establish the boundaries for them and asking them to be respectful. So that's another, so there was those two things, the lights and the sign. So those four are the objectives today. And so I'm escorting Major Polk through camp today, and then working on those objectives throughout the day. So we're just taking it one day at a time. Tomorrow, we're hoping for another successful day today. Yesterday was amazing. We're going to try to do it again today, and then tomorrow we meet again and we start all over again fresh every day. So.
Awesome. Did they comment, the Army Corps, how much progress is being made in the cleanup?
Yeah, there was 42 dump trucks like this. I guess like those ones, the big giant dump trucks. There was 42 of those removed yesterday. And they're going, they're coming in, they're filling up, and then they're going to put them over there. Oh, they got the PA on. Yeah. It was amazing. They said the average workday has been 18, and we had 42. So that was huge, and primarily it was snow, but there of course is, there's trash just and debris frozen into those big snow mounds that they're removing. So, we're not a trashy people. There is, throughout the course of this camp, this timeline, we've dealt with bad weather. We've dealt with winter storms. We've had people come and set up camp and then panic because of a storm, or panic because for whatever reason, and they leave. Or they say, I'll be back, and then they don't come back for whatever reason. So there was a lot of abandoned camps it's just being factual about it, not saying it's a good or a bad thing or whatever. It is what it is. That's what we've been trying to deal with. So there are, it's when I say debris, that's what I'm talking about. There's just, just the stuff that was left behind or whatever, and then it became frozen in the ground. So it's hard to remove. So now we have the resources, and we're working together, and we're getting it done.
So do you think this great progress is being made, but do you think it's going to be cleaned up by the 22nd?
No. I'm still consistently asking for an extension. And publicly, I'm going to ask you to rally for us, because this is an unrealistic timeline. And the reason I was told that there is this timeline is that there's previously there wasn't the channel of communication and cooperation open, so it was hard. We didn't trust anyone to come in and help us, so we were doing it ourselves. And I mean, I shouldn't say that. So I want to back up just a second and say that there has been support. The Standing Rock CDC and the EPA and the Thunder Valley CDC, they have had a presence here, and they've been working hard, and they've done a really good job. And so we appreciate that support. But you know, like in a bigger scale, like these guys have, you know, access to a lot more, like equipment-wise, that can help us. But in that respect, we weren't able to trust that process until now. We've developed a system where we're putting that trust out there, but we're also holding the line and saying, this is what we want in return. You know, we're creating an honor system that didn't exist before. And so can you remind me of what your question was?
About the date, you know, if we do all the cleanup.
The deadline.
Yeah.
So I'm asking for you out there, because when they came in on that first negotiation day, we escorted them through camp. It is documented. We have documentation of that assessment that was done. And as they were going through and doing the assessment, they were commenting on video how good of a job has been, you know, how much progress we've made. They see the effort that we've been making, and so they acknowledge that on video. And I have a person that is going to release that. So I'm asking you out there to rally for us, because this is an unrealistic timeline, and we need an extension. We're showing that we're cooperating. We're showing that we're doing this in a good way. Because the only way that this is achievable by the 22nd is through force, is through potential injury and arrests of all of my people here in this camp. And I don't want that. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't believe that we should be arrested. I believe that we're doing a good faith, a good show in a sincere way. Like, we're sincere, we're being real. This is what we're doing. You know, they're coming in and they're removing all these snow piles. So now our people on the ground, we can actually get out and pick up the smaller debris. So it is a cooperation. So what we're saying is that we're showing, you know, let us have this process, because what's most important here, whether you want to debate whether or not this camp should be here, or whether or not this fight should exist for this pipeline, the fact remains that a whole world of people and the remaining ones here in camp are here in prayer. We're here by the power of the spirits and the calling that we all had individually. And that's a powerful thing. It's an emotional thing. It's a passionate thing. And to end it in that way, or to have, you know, the law enforcement come in, or, you know, National Guard or Army Corps or anyone that's interested in coming in and facilitating the removal, to me, what I want for my people is I want some dignity. I want some honor, because what happened here was beautiful. It was beautiful, and it's still beautiful, and it will always be beautiful. And I don't want it to this part of it, whether you think it's the end or a transition or whatever, or a shifting of the movement, this part, I don't want it to be done in a bad way. I don't want my people to be brutalized or to be, you know, jailed for being in prayer. I believe that it can be done in a good way. I believe that it can be done in a legal way, where no one should have to go to jail. No one should have to be hurt. We have rights as a people here. So I'm asking you, people of the world, to advocate for us to have an extension. We need an extension so that everyone here is honored. The Army Corps of Engineers is honored. The people of this camp, the people out there in the world of this movement are honored. And that we do this in a good way, where, you know, there's something good will come of it. So that's my ask of the world. I'm asking that you advocate for pressure on whoever it is, the powers that be, that you have access to get us in a time extension. And and I'm being transparent with the Army Corps as I work with them, because I choose to be a person of integrity, and if I say I'm going to do something, I do my best to do that. I'm not perfect. I don't ever claim to be perfect, but I do try my best to do this, and I carry all of my people in this camp, and all of the people that have ever been a part of this movement. I carry you all in my heart as I go through these motions all day, every day, and I'm trying to protect the beauty and preserve the integrity and the honor of our fight, and I don't want this to have a bad ending. I don't want any more injuries. I don't want any more emotional trauma. I don't want any, because what I said to them yesterday was, if it goes down that way, if they come in on the 22nd and they forcibly remove and arrest people and probably injure people, what is going to happen is that we are right now we all have PTSD. It's, it's not even PTSD. It's I know there's another term for it, but it's like it's living trauma. We're living trauma in every moment of every day. So it's not even to the point where it's post-traumatic. It's current trauma that we're living in. And so we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of each other, and wherever direction we go, we already have a job to do to heal ourselves and to heal each other as it is. If any additional force is used, any additional arrests, any additional injuries, psychological, emotional, mental, physical, if that happens and then all these people are sent back to their communities, you're putting that trauma and that hurt out into these communities where everybody's going back to. And that is a total, it's going to be a healthcare system problem. It's going to cost them money, because we need to, we have to have that mental health treatment. We have to have that physical health treatment. We have to have, the counseling and the therapy, all of those things. All of that is going to be an expense that can be avoided. We have to minimize the damage that has already been done, so that we're not sending people out any more broken than we already are. And so that's a real issue too, and that's why we need an extension, because we can't achieve what we're trying to achieve here by the 22nd. We needed more time. We're doing this in a peaceful, prayerful, cooperative way. We're showing good faith, and we're putting ourselves out there. We're working with the Army Corps. So that's my message, and again, please do what you can from where you are to put that pressure for that extension. And we're going to continue to show you to walk our talk. We're going to continue to show you that we're working here in camp. We're trying our best, and now we've opened the door to work with the Army Corps, and so more progress is able to be made. But we're doing our best. So thank you for loving us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for praying for us. I love all of you. So even if I haven't met you, I do love you, because everyone matters. This movement belongs to the people. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, if you're across the world, this is your movement. This is your fight. And we're here on the ground, and we're trying to honor that and protect that for you. So that's all. I got to get back to work.
Awesome. They contact the Army Corps of Engineers, the governor, anyone specifically?
Yes, the Army Corps of Engineers holds the ultimate decision in that extension. They've already stated that they're standing firmly on that date. And again, I want to say we're not asking anyone to do anything violent or to do anything aggressive. We don't want that, because we're being peaceful and prayerful. And I believe if we maintain that energy, but be persistent in a good way, and put that pressure on, be persistent, hold the line, push the line, say this is not unrealistic that they're asking this. It makes sense. And do it in a good way. Reach out to the Army Corps, reach out to anyone that can affect the Army Corps' decision to have this extension for the people, for us to have safe
much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm Tim, by the way.
Hi, Tim. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Are you guys
Yeah.
Are you able to? Did you also record that as well?
Yeah.
Are you able to share that with us?
Yeah. Totally. I just gotta, when I finish it,
I can download it. Yeah, totally.
What I would like to get is it on Facebook that you're streaming?
Yeah. It's a page called Inspired Bank Exits on Facebook.
So, can you add me?
Yeah. Here, can you find me, and then I'll. It's Tim, and then Schwartz, SCHWARTZ. Yeah, and I'll tag you. It's a page I have. It's called.
Inspired Bank Exits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been filming a lot of people leaving the banks and stuff, and
Nice.
yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for being present, and thank you for putting that word out there.
No, like I'll tell people to share it, and you know, there's a nice amount of little viewers that are watching that. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to get other people to share it too. Yeah.
And if you have that video of those people that cleaned up, I can share that too if you want to let me know. You said the people that,
assessment?
yeah, the assessment, yeah.
Yep, I have a person that I can, she's putting her video together, and then I'll connect you guys
Yeah.
to get that out there too, because that's documented.
Right. Yeah.
You know, on site, they're saying you guys are doing a good job. You know, you guys are making progress, but then that night in their report, they're not making sufficient progress to meet the deadline, or you know, whatever the words were. But it was contradictory, just like the colonel telling me that he's flexible and that he's going to reevaluate, and then that other statement came up. So, in an effort to do what we're trying to do, we need consistency. We need you to give a little bit, because we're giving a lot, and maybe, you know, just we need you to be honorable. We need you to hold to your word and tell us you're going to do something. We ask that you would demand that you do it, because we're doing it.
So that guy, is it the colonel that was going to get? So people can contact Colonel Henderson at the Army, at Colonel Henderson at the Army Corps.
Yeah, Colonel Henderson at the Army Corps.
Colonel Henderson at the Army Corps. All right.
And we don't want people to be angry or aggressive. That's not going to help anything. Don't be angry and aggressive for us. If you want to be out there supporting us, the best way to do that is peacefully and prayerfully. Do it in a good way. Treat people with respect, because we want respect here. And to ask for respect, you have to give it. And so we ask you to advocate for us, but don't be violent, and don't do those kind of things. Be persistent, push the line and hold the line for us. But no one's going to benefit from any negativity. We're not going to benefit from any negativity. So that's it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
But yeah, here you can add me. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I can. Know how to get that footage. Do you have because like I can give you an HD copy of it. Do you have something I can transfer?
Yeah, so Seek Joy, I don't know if you were here before, he's wears a black hat that says Seek Joy.
Right.
Fully functional editing kit.
All right. Yeah, if you show me, I'll walk down there now. It's fine. So yeah, guys, if you could share this, they need some help, they need support, they need more time. So the 20 seconds is not enough time for them to clean up. They're doing a good job, doing a lot of cleaning every day. So what you can do is, number one, share this video, and number two, contact it's Colonel Henderson at the Army Corps of Engineers. You can also contact the governor. Just get out there and, like I said, don't be aggressive. Show support with love. Show how much this movement means to you, and put out the good intentions, because this movement's all about everybody. So if the whole world supports them needing more time, they'll get more time. So it's up to you. Thanks for tuning in. 22nd is just a few days away. So we don't want this movement to end in a violent way, and it's not going to end. But you know, this camp, which has been a major part of it. So share away. If you're new to this channel page, at the end of the comments, you can subscribe to make sure you get all my live feeds. I'll be here through the at least the 23rd. So get notified of everything that's happening here. Try to put out the positive news from here, and you guys have a one. Hey, Catherine, no worries. Glad to be here. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, to share, contact Colonel Henderson at the Army Corps of Engineers with love, not with anger, and subscribe to my page. You guys have a wonderful day. I love you all. God bless.